yesterday when we met, when you had just been elected as Gate President, and now you're concluding your term. A term that has been so challenged with the pandemic and of course the happenings at university. I've not heard you in any scandal. I want to salute you for that. Thank you is all I can do for now. And we now learned that I was going to meet you guys. I prepared this little gift. This is a book called Expensive Poverty. For me, this is the most important thing that I've been part of. It's written by a guy called Dr. Greg Mills. He's, I think, the best economist in the world is South Africa. Now he has been hired by President Chilema of Zambia to help him with the recovery. And this book, I was honored to be part of it. I only shared my ghetto experience, very informal, not from a point of knowledge or sophistication, but from a point of reality. And interestingly, it inspired the title of that book. It's called Expensive Poverty. I hope you'll find some time to read it. And when I was still a student, we used to share novels and books. I hope you'll be able to share it with your friends. The same spirit, I want to thank you, Comrade Muwonge. You are one stubborn guy that inspires me. You know, I learned about you, the election, that you did not stand, but you know, empowered another person, and you continue to empower other people. That further speaks of selflessness. It further speaks of the kind of leadership that we want. It's clear that it's not about yourself. You don't have to say it. You are doing it. It's not about yourself. It's about the ideals that you stand for, which ideals you prove to us that you are much bigger than yourself as an individual. So I salute you for that, my sisters. And please keep going. Guys, I'm glad, and I'm even glad that our ESP spoke about it, that we have a lady for a candidate. But not only that, it only speaks for the involvement of women that we have. I'm a person that is passionate about the untapped power of women. This, our revolution, unearthed one thing: the strength of young people. That was a sleeping lion that only needed to be shaken to soberness. And young people rose from all corners of the country. In fact, we inspired others in the region, in the continent, and in the world. There's another sleeping force that we are seeing slowly waking up, but it will turn things upside down when it finally wakes up fully, and that is the force of women. I know that for a fact because me, I'm a product of a woman, and I'm very proud to say that. And even when I grew up, I got inspired by women, my sisters and those that I'm not related to biologically, and even my wife. So it speaks of how powerful you female people are. You are very, very powerful, and I'm glad that you didn't sit on yourself. You rose to the occasion, and here we are. You rose even in the competition of men. Not that we men are NLS, no, we are not NLS than you guys. But just to remind you that you're just as good as the men and boys. And I thank God that that's happening, but I salute your generation for saying that. Guys, while you take this for granted, we have a generation of people where a woman stands up, no matter how sensible she is, no matter how much sense comes out of her, she's seen as only a woman. So this is a very big thing, and I believe it will, inspire many other girls. I'm happy that we're meeting. For me, this is unusual. I always get conditioned to meet you guys, to also put an effort on harmonizing you and to sort your matters, you as you. I salute you, comrades, the leadership of the institutions, but I salute you, the students themselves, for making sure this comes to light. Now we can brag that we have an NUP Makerere chapter. This is what it does. This should inspire. Now you know the power of institutions. Yes. You are the Makerere guys. Okay? And now that this leadership is starting it at a very early age, I can only be confident that by the time you guys get to my age, you can't be a Jokobe in our leaders are very formidable. I'm very happy for that. I'm happy that we have an NUP Makerere chapter that sorts student issues. The last time, as you remember, even in your race, we did not, practically endorse one candidate over another because we were still people power. We were a social movement where everybody could stand. After all, it's just a matter of professing those values. But even in your race, we were a party, a young one though, but we had not structured in Makerere. So we did, while of course the regime fears any organized competition, and that's why they always say, no, we don't allow political parties here. Shameless as it sounds, at least we can, as an organization, say we are organized in Makerere, and Makerere, our leadership in Makerere brings us the thoughts, and we respect and go by those thoughts, and here they are. So I want to congratulate you, but also congratulate the people you ran with. When Zimbabwe got a democratically elected president, we were congratulating President HH, but we were congratulating President Lungu even more for gracefully, accepting the decision of the people. Africa has eluded of that, honor many times. Never take around a cent, $5 million, anybody who simply accepts reality. So African leaders have been challenged with the 5 million bounty for anybody that uses their brain. Interestingly, they don't use the brain. So we salute President Lungu for accepting the decision of the people. So it's the same spirit that I used to salute you, comrades. It's not that you were any weaker, but you were actually so strong to accept and respect the words that you say. We are people power. Are they people that elected her over you? Then they are worth respect. And I'm very glad that you comrades are even working together before even being encouraged, because the fact that you are all here, for me it speaks volumes. So I want to salute you, comrades. That solves problems in our case. Of course, you can be sure of our 101% support. I'm listening to you, and man, I'm very inspired by your communication. Very, very inspired. And we shall hold you account for those amazing words that you speak. You are a very eloquent woman, and I see a very, very, formidable leader in you in the days, months, and years to come. But always remember, you'll be held accountable by what you speak. That's what we encourage our people to do. I just want to give a few words of caution, which I believe you've had. Yes. Turn and mock the people that have been taking you as an anchor of stability. You see? So what are you saying? It's a question of money. Just take the money. I know you are broke, guys. Guys. But just know that they are going to dangle cash in your face. and they are going to intimidate you. We shall arrest you, we shall jeopardize your studies, etc., etc. But it's the overcoming of such threats and such temptations that will make you an even greater person. We people, myself in particular, I'm not any different from you guys, and I've always said that. But it's just a question of standing for what's right. Just that makes you an outstanding person. So be aware of that. They're going to challenge you right from the start. They're going to try as much as possible to see that if they don't use you to promote their unjust and immoral ways, at least you be a center of confusion within the forces of change. We are at war. Always know that. We are sure you're going to win, but don't get comfortable in that win, because we know it is not yet Uhuru. I thought it's important to share that. I want you comrades to know the value of unity. The value of unity. Unite. You came with the theme of coming together. You know, uniting different parties, different walks of life, even though we finally became a party. But even when we became a party, our middle name is unity. But like I said, even if we are a party, I want you to remember that we are first and foremost people power. We came to represent the people. Those students that put their trust in you, those students see you speaking the words that they have at their heart. Please don't lose that. That's the most important thing. In fact, it's the only important thing. Also, I want to encourage you to continue engaging other leaders. You have no idea how proud I feel seeing a young MP here walking shoulder to shoulder with you guys. Yeah. You know, that so-called greatness is brought closest to you. You can touch it. You can touch it. Yeah. If anybody is convincing you that it's not possible, look at Kawi. Yes. Touch him. Yeah. And then you know how close we are to what we want to be. It's not about Chagulanyi as an individual. It's about us. It's about a generation. With generation, unfortunately, I'm slowly stepping out because in a few months I'll be proudly 40. But you guys, it is your opportunity. You have this opportunity. Grab it with both hands and legs. Grab it and run away with it. Because it is God working within us. Brought us together, he or she, whatever God is, brought us together, but there was a purpose. No, but to change this our country. And we are slowly doing it, but we are steadily doing it. So continue engaging with these leaders. I'm glad that you are with him, both the formal elected leaders, but also the informal ones. You know, be the representation of them. Let this woman that sells charcoal on the corner see you and see herself. You know, Makerere politics is national politics. People are watching you, people will be watching this race. And when you go into this race, turn it upside down, because you can. We will be watching you, we will be rooting for you, we will be praying for you, and we will be hoping the best for you. And we know that win we must. And finally, and very, very finally, I want you guys to remember that this is your home and we are your servants. Leaders are supposed to be servants. While I encourage you to hold us accountable and always also remind us of what we spoke to you that convinced you that we must stick by. I want you to know that we are there for guidance, for motivation, and to work together in all ways. So you're always welcome. Let's do this. I'm looking forward to receiving you again, to congratulate you formally for winning the guild race. Engage like minds, because much as you are with him and him here, I can almost guess that those were not the only candidates. Yes. there were other candidates that might probably also be professing the same values. Engage them. Don't make this a winner takes it all. Because in any case, we must all be winners, or else we will all be losers. So engage them. Let's ensure that start offering leadership now. You won't offer leadership only then when you are elected. Start offering leadership now. You are blessed with this resource, that resource that was next to you. You are blessed with all these resources. Use them. Other than that, I wish you Godspeed, and I'm confident that we'll get an amazing president, inshallah.
Everywhere. Well, I was going to say just a word. I think I've said more than a word, and I want to take my leave now. And thank you very much, Comrade Swan. Ladies and gentlemen, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Comrades, it's a play. I think you can hear me. It's an absolute pleasure meeting you, ladies and gentlemen. A short while ago, I was meeting the newly vetted candidates for Makerere University and Makerere University Business School, and it's an absolute pleasure, comrades, to see that you students are taking leadership to yet another level. I want to congratulate the winners of our process, and I also want to congratulate them in advance because I'm confident that you are going to bring victory home. But while I congratulate you, I'll share again a little bit of what I've shared with the leaders inside. That this is not a privilege, this is a task, it's a responsibility. You, the young people, have a big task on your shoulders. But again, like the Bible says, the grace of God cannot take you where He's not going to guide you. We know that the responsibility this generation has been entrusted with, still God has given us the tools to accomplish it. One famous guy called Franz Fanon said, every generation must identify its mission and either choose to betray it or pursue it. You guys have discovered your mission. And not only you, the institutional students, the Makererians, the Mubs and others, but every young person of Uganda. We are living in a generation that is so awake that the same conversation you find in Makerere is the same conversation you'll find on a border state. There's no more Arsenal and Man U. It is Uganda, Uganda, Uganda. We must congratulate ourselves. But again, you comrades have an unenviable duty to lead that change that our people so badly want. Our people know where exactly they want to go. But you are the people to lead us there. And I'm confident that you can lead us there. Of course, it's not going to be a smooth run. No, it's not. We are being led by a dictator who has presided over our country long before you were born, who has missed everything, who has denied you the opportunity to be the citizens that you want to be. And you are here because you're stubborn, because you refuse to be identified by the circumstances that He has set for you. You want to determine your own destiny. You want to shape your own life. We want to shape our own lives. And we are relying on you, ladies and gentlemen. So as you go into those elections, know that there are many things that are going to guide us, but most importantly, we must be guided by the values that we espouse, the values that we constantly talk about, servant leadership being on top of them. Discipline and reliability and integrity. We must be the leaders that we want others to emulate. I said it to the leaders here that I, as an individual, I'm not any different from any of you. What makes me outstanding is the stubbornness of sticking to those values. Please stick to those values. come together. Like that we have a female candidate for Makerere University speaks volumes. That we have, yes, it speaks of our inclusiveness. It speaks of our different mindset as a generation. To see that we have a candidate from Mubs who is not necessarily from the central speaks about our mindset as a generation. So please go by those values, ladies and gentlemen, and not even the sky will be the limit. I want, on behalf of the party and on behalf of the generation, to tell you that we are 101% behind you. Make us proud. I wish you Godspeed. Let's continue interacting. This is your home, and we are your servants, not your bosses. And the people that you are going to lead, you should be their servant and not their boss. And that way, you are going to enjoy leadership, and even God is going to constantly be on your side. Like our deputy spokesperson mentioned, I'm actually rushing to attend to some matter, but I will leave you to my fellow leaders to take you through the, the function. Thank you for this opportunity, and I apologize for speaking more than one word as I was instructed. Thank you very much for God and our country. People power, our power.
People power. Yesterday when we met, when you had just been elected as Gate President, and now you're concluding your term, a term that has been so challenged with the pandemic and of course the happenings at university. I've not heard you in any scandal, and I want to salute you for that. Thank you is all I can do for now, and we now learned that I was going to meet you guys. I prepared this little gift. This is a book called Expensive Poverty. For me, this is the most important thing that I've been part of. It's written by a guy called Dr. Greg Mills. He's, I think, the best economist in the world is South Africa. Now he has been hired by President Chilema of Zambia to help him with the recovery. And this book, I was honored to be part of it. I only shared my ghetto experience, very informal, not from a point of knowledge or sophistication, but from a point of reality. And interestingly, it inspired the title of that book. It's called Expensive Poverty. I hope you'll find some time to read it. And when I was still a student, we used to share novels and books. I hope you'll be able to share it with your friends. The same spirit, I want to thank you, Comrade Muwonge. You are one stubborn guy that inspires me. You know, I learned about you, the election, that you did not stand, but you know, empowered another person, and you continue to empower other people. That further speaks of selflessness. It further speaks of the kind of leadership that we want. It's clear that it's not about yourself. You don't have to say it. You are doing it. It's not about yourself. It's about the ideals that you stand for, which ideals you prove to us that they are much bigger than yourself as an individual. So I salute you for that, my sisters. And please keep going. Guys, I'm glad, and I'm even glad that our ESP spoke about it, that we have a lady for a candidate. But not only that, it only speaks for the involvement of women that we have. I'm a person that is passionate about the untapped power of women. This our revolution unearthed one thing: the strength of young people. That was a sleeping lion that only needed to be shaken to soberness. And young people rose from all corners of the country In fact, we inspired others in the region, in the continent, and in the world. There's another sleeping force that we are seeing slowly waking up, but it will turn things upside down when it finally wakes up fully, and that is the force of women. I know that for a fact because me, I'm a product of a woman, and I'm very proud to say that. And even when I grew up, I got inspired by women, my sisters and those that I'm not related to biologically, and even my wife. So it speaks of how powerful you female people are. You are very, very powerful, and I'm glad that you didn't sit on yourself. You rose to the occasion, and here we are. You rose even in the competition of men. Not that we men are NLS, no, we are not NLS than you guys. But just to remind you that you're just as good as the men and boys. And I thank God that that's happening, but I salute you, General.